Hey guys, this is Mike here again with another video for my applied GTO coaching. I know my coaching listing is a little bit vague on the forums, and a lot of people I don't think really understand exactly what we're going to be talking about. Why is this coaching worth the money, and that kind of thing. So I have the one video out already, and it's basically me entering like a pretty tight equilibrium in card runner's EV, and basically showing that in a fairly complex tree that both players are playing very close to unexploitably. Now, in this one, I'm going to take the same hand and I'm going to basically show how adding strategic options can increase your expectation here. So, or opposite, how restricting those strategic options can lower your EV, which is what a lot of people are doing to themselves, most people. So what we're gonna do here, we have this same tree as last video, so if you have seen that, then this is going to be a quick review. If you haven't seen it and you want kind of more detailed breakdown of the ranges and everything, I would go check that video out. But yeah, so a quick run through. Buttons raising about 60%, big blinds defending around 60, and button has double barrel here with the big blind check calling, and they've arrived at this river. Big blind has a few slow plays, and button has, and big blind, he has a few slow plays, but mainly bluff catchers, a lot of pair and draw kind of things. And the button has a more polar range, and also a stronger range, and a lot more of, like the nut kind of hands. So that's the situation here, and as you can imagine, the button does, using his position and clairvoyance, he does a little bit better than his equity would suggest, or a fair bit better. And so what we're gonna see here is I've done two trees. In one tree, button is only betting 3/4 pot. So this is kind of like to model your typical player. This could be you or whoever. And yeah, so he's betting 3/4 pot only. He has one sizing on the river, and he bets or checks, and then the big blind can check raise or check call or fold. So let's see what his EV is here. Big blind's EV is 20.66. I'm going to quickly run a max exploit on both sides to show how close this is to equilibrium. Again, if you don't understand that, you should probably check out my first video. And without further ado, let's just get to that. With the button playing max exploit, he can only gain, or he lowers the BB's EV by only 2 cents. So he's playing perfectly against the BB strategy, and he's only gaining 2 cents. So it's obviously big blind's playing very close to equilibrium, extremely close, I would say. And now we will max exploit by the BB, and he, by playing perfectly against the button strategy, can gain 3 cents. So yeah, super close. These are, as you can see, basically the unexploitable strategies here. So when they're both playing perfectly here, basically BB's EV is 20.66. So let's see. The big blind, he always has to check. It's just correct. Adding any other options to him, I don't think will increase his EV. It's just kind of a function of how the ranges are. it's probably pretty obvious to a lot of you that, you know, his range is super bluff catcher heavy, so he's always going to check. So the person that we can add options to is the button, and he can, in our second tree, he can bet his 3/4 pot again, or he can jam. So he bets about 2.5 times pot. And that tree is represented here. Just very quickly, I'm going to check our equilibrium, which is 19.98. Big blind max exploiting can gain 5 cents. So again, very close. And button 19.98 to 19.93 can also gain 5 cents. So again, these guys are playing extremely close to unexploitably. And as you can see, our EV has gone from 20.66 down to 19.98, and that is 0.68, so 68 cents. And since this hand's at 1-2, that is actually 0.34 of a big blind per hand. So, you know, over 100 hands, obviously, that works out to 34 big blinds per 100, which is quite an improvement. And, you know, this situation is not really a rare situation. This comes up pretty often. So, you know, adding 34 BB per 100 in the spot is very valuable for you. I mean, people in today's games are barreling a lot. Button versus big blind situations come up all the time. And, yeah, I mean, you can just tell by those two things that this situation will come up a lot. It's quite common. And if you can have a pretty big boost in your win rate in that spot, that's obviously going to help your overall win rate quite a bit. And one thing I wanted to note is that's 34 BB per 100 in this particular river and this particular these particular ranges. That number is going to change. Some rivers and stuff are better for overbetting, obviously, and some aren't as good. So, but you can also add other strategic options like block betting and that kind of thing, or having more of the standard sizes, a couple of them, maybe you half pot or something. But basically, in this one situation, yeah, the added value is about 34 BB per 100, and that's playing against an opponent who's playing perfectly. So, you know, you might even be able to exploitatively, or you should be able to exploitatively add even more value to your strategy by playing with more strategic options here. So I think that is everything for this video. Thanks for watching. I might end up doing maybe one more video. I'll see. Yeah, if I do, I will post it in the thread and see what you guys think. So yeah, thanks for watching, and yeah. So thanks for watching.